Look at this. What are those numbers? That's almost 9,000 damage. What is this? That was so easy. Move over, Carian Grandeur. There's a new champion in town. There's a new Ash of War and Shadow of the Erdtree DLC for Elden Ring that's really getting the community excited. And all you have to do to get it is visit one cave, one measly cave. You don't even have to clear a dungeon or kill some tough boss. You just have to kill one of those silver scarabs or dung beetles or however you call them. And you can get there without fighting a single major boss in the game. Of course, I'm talking about Carian Sovereignty, the new King of Ashes of War that you can apply to any of your swords that don't have a unique weapon skill of their own. It's found inside a cave underneath Cathedral of Manus Metyr in the northeast part of Shadow of the Erdtree map. You can start from Church District Highroad, Grace, and I'll leave a link in the description to a video that shows you how to get there without fighting any of the major bosses. What you're seeing in the video right now is the path that you need to take to get to the cave and get the new Ash of War. I did some experimenting with talismans, stats, upgrades that you need to get an absolute nuke of an Ash of War, and we'll get to that in a second after I pick Carian Sovereignty from the cave. Carian Sovereignty can be applied to any sword except colossal ones, and you can apply it to a great sword, straight sword, light great sword from the DLC. You can even apply it to daggers. I chose to apply it to Milady, the new light great sword that you can find in the Shadow of the Erdtree DLC. First of all, you want to pick the magic affinity, that's going to give you the most damage. Carian Sovereignty scales best with intelligence. Also, it scales with the upgrade level of the weapon you applied it to. Let me show you the damage of the weapon with the Ash of War applied without any upgrades with just 16 intelligence. Now let's see what happens with Milady upgraded to plus 25. There's already a considerable difference, but it works a little bit different with armored enemies. Let me show you now what happens when I get my intelligence up to 80. I respect for this towards my favorite build, which is Intelligence Fate build for using a staff and casting death spells or death sorceries. So let's see how that works. As you can see, 80 intelligence makes quite a bit of difference. But I gotta debunk one thing, and that's that there's hyper poise while you're charging the skill. As you can see, there's no hyper poise, or they fixed it or patched it in the meantime. But we can go higher by using talismans. Talismans that boost your skills or boost your magic damage, they're all gonna help. I'll show you a couple of tests with different talismans. I first tried the Radagon icon to see if it's gonna shorten the casting time, but it didn't help at all. Next up was Shard of Alexander that boosts your skill attack power, and that worked just as advertised. But I can do better, right? Let's try the Magic Scorpion Charm that increases your magic damage at the expense of lowering damage negation. That seems to work really well too. But I wanted to try one more thing, and that's the Godfrey icon that enhances charged spells and skills. And since Carian Sovereignty, you should really charge it fully to get full damage out of it. It's a charged skill. This almost one-shotted the nasty Fire Knight. Well, let's see how all of those work together. And that, my friends, is A one-shot kill of a Fire Knight with 9,300 and something damage. A nuke. But how does this translate to the real fighting in the real world? I had some debts to collect with this guy. When using Carian Sovereignty, you have to remember a couple of things. The casting time is really long, so you have to have a clear shot of your enemy. You will not be able to quickly do some damage and run away. So you have to find your opening. The best way to do this is to have your summon draw the attention of the boss, and then you do your nuke. In the meantime, you fight regularly as you would. Another important thing to remember is that Carian Sovereignty does the most poise damage in the game, I think. So you'll be breaking your enemies and doing your finishers with just a couple of hits. Carian Sovereignty costs 52 mana to cast in full, so you have to have your mind stat leveled as well. And if you have another 80 points for intelligence, you will be doing nuke damage on the level never seen before in the game. Carian Sovereignty makes some encounters easier, killing some mobs in one hit easier, but you'll still need skill to beat the game. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, you found it helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe to our channel, it helps us a lot, and I'll see you around. This is the Noob signing out.